Alright, I'm sure this will be a very short and sweet video. Well, whatever. Anyway, been back to work for a couple weeks now. Things are getting less fuzzy, which is wonderful because I really thought it would never get better because I forget every little detail. Not every dramatic, I know. But I forgot a lot of details for my job, and working in healthcare and insurance, you need a lot of it. So it sucked. And I'm like finding myself having to make like notes for myself, like sticky notes, just boom, 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 sticking them up on my computer, or the sticky note program that I have on my desktop that I have information on, like, hey, don't forget to blah. Um, but yeah, yesterday was a rough day. We brought our cat Gus in, and we knew he'd been sick. He'd been like puking up white foam for like 2 days, and he wasn't really eating or drinking, so we were trying to get him to do that. He was in his heated bed, and then he'd get out, just regulating his temperature, and he was just really docile, especially even like picking him up, and he's not usually like that cat. He wanted to be down and playing and just not being held. So brought him to the vet yesterday, and we have like a wellness plan. They did some blood tests, things like that. Said that they thought he had a kidney infection, like pretty bad. They wanted have us bring him to the emergency vet where they could do a lot more of an aggressive treatment. So Tony picked him up from the regular vet and brought him to the emergency one, and was gonna give me a call, and he called and said, hey, like, I left the first vet and it sounded promising, like, okay, we'll get him on a treatment, we'll run everything, and things will be better. But the second one, not so much. She had said that we would have to put him on antibiotics and essentially get fluids in him because he was dehydrated. He wasn't urinating. They got minimal urination at the first one to test for different things, and they thought they saw crystals. Well, crystals to me is, okay, get him wet food, get him more hydration, like, okay, we can do this, like, not a problem. But then just to do like a 12-hour stint at the vet was going to be at least $1,000. Now, don't get me wrong, I love Gussie and everything, and if it was going to be, we do this and he's gonna like feel better and start mending and everything, I would be very much for it. But I hope I don't cry. The vet said that she thought minimum 2 to 5 days of this treatment to even see if he made progress on it. And he was just, I didn't want to put him through that. She said that she had seen another cat in his condition, and his owners did it for 10 days, and at the end they still ended up having to put him down. So Tony and I had decided originally, that we would spend the like 1,000 to 1,500 because we wanted to give him a shot. But in talking to the vet, then again, she said that her instincts weren't good with him, like that. Instinctually, her gut said that it wasn't a good prognosis, but like she said, she goes, it's not stats, it's nothing, it's my gut feeling. And I was talking to her and was like, okay, well, you've worked with animals for a while. And she's like, yeah, I've worked with them for years. I said, I put a lot of merit behind that, and I don't want to watch him suffer. I don't want him to be stuck at an animal hospital without us, without home, and go through all that. So we made the very, very, very hard decision to put him down. And I decided forever ago that when I had my own animals that I was for sure going to be in the room. And so I was in the room, and Tony was in the room, and I made him be the tough guy because I was like, we need somebody in his line of sight. I said, I don't think I can do it. So Tony sat and was like face to face with them, and I was behind him, rubbing his head. And it was quick. So it was a hard day yesterday. I left work at 2:30, and by 3:30 I was driving home. It was probably one of the hardest things I've had to do to make that decision, because I mean, ultimately you're kind of playing God in a way, like very loosely based. I know I'm not saying that by any means, but it was a really, really hard decision, and not one I take lightly. And Tony and I sat there for a while and discussed it. And if money wasn't an object, I think things we might have tried for a few days. But at the end, I didn't want him to suffer. He didn't deserve that. He was a much better cat than that. And so, our sad day is we are one animal shy of our 4. And Chunky's kind of noticing. He's kind of walking around looking, but it's a sad day. That was my day yesterday. So today, much easier. Didn't matter really what happened. It was going to be a much easier day than it was yesterday. But yeah. And now I'm like, crap. I got 2 dogs and a cat still. And at some point, we might be faced with a similar situation where we have to decide. And gosh, that's a crappy, cruddy position to be in. And it makes you want to not like have like pets at some point because you don't want to have to go through that. But I love having animals, as crazy and obnoxious as they are. And the fact that Bo and Hirsch are really fighting for dominance and have been really aggressive and insane. There's still those moments that you just wouldn't trade them for the world. And others that you would happily put them outside on the curb with a free sign. You know, you win some, you lose some. I feel like that's what it's going to be like with Etta too. But anyway, and now Tony's on call. He is out. He's on call tonight, but he got called up, so he's out. Is in his lack of emotion, because that's how he grew up. He didn't really have a ton of the expressiveness of it, and I've been asking him for more. He did. He shared with me that was a tough thing to do yesterday, and that he definitely had a lump in his throat when he was face to face with them those last few minutes. But he is my tough guy and did it because he knew that I wasn't strong enough to do that, and I told him he deserved it, so he did. And now I can't stop this, and this is driving me crazy because I hate the emotion part of it. But, you know, apparently pregnancy hormones / the hormonal imbalance / I don't really know what after having a baby does, but these insane emotions have been coming more frequently, and it's been driving me crazy because I'm not one to, well, I'm sure not a ton of people love to cry in front of others, but I hate it. So, and now look at me putting it on frickin' YouTube, but I still want to document things, and you know, this is part of life. So anyway, I am done. Baby's sleeping. Tony's out. Chunky's sleeping on the couch over there, and the girls are chewing on a bone and who knows what else. I will be back, but peace out for now.